With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Give running right is Mitchell. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Mitchell is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Mitchell again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. And it's caught. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football, it winds up being picked. But fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football. Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Hey, Silver.
Hurts. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
The Vikings send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Middle.
Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Jackson from the shotgun. And Walker has it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First down, here's Mitchell. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Here's Hurts to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded in the end zone, but he'll decide against bringing it out, so they'll take over at the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now they'll run on the draw. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Hey, 73.
They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good with their...
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. They go play action with Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10.
63.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, 40 yards. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Jackson. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Throwing is Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Jackson now. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
In motion left, Flowers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
28 yards.
And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. Here's Jackson. Fighting to stay upright. Flush to his right. He finds his man complete. That's Walker. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Now it's Jackson.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play.
Going deep for Diggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
This one fielded in the end zone. He'll opt not to bring it out. A touchback, and they'll begin at the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll pitch it out to Mitchell.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
That is caught.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So you think it's not tough playing quarterback in the NFL? How about what we just saw there? The rush got home on 3rd down. He had to stand in there and take the shot as he released it. Throws on target, though, and it's good enough to keep the drive moving.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. Here's Jackson to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now it's Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Back to the ground here. Mitchell
dances by him. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a 2nd and 6.
63, 63, 63. Out, out, out.
Back to throw here. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Play action. It's Jackson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Pushing through the contact. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 59 yards.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
73, 73.
Hurts will throw.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Jackson. And Walker has it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Going deep for Walker. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing is Hurts. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, easy, 63, bang, bang.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. And now a give, but this is going to be a reverse. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
An option give now to Mitchell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Great. Round up, Yeti. 73.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his right.
Now that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Needed 13, they got 13 on 3rd down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Great, set.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. Into space at the 45. Down the right sideline. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.